Now, 6 things to know before you go.
U.S. Secretary of State Marco Rubio expected to arrive in Israel today to discuss the country's ceasefire with Hamas. Rubio will meet with Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu during his visit. While the fragile ceasefire has faced a few setbacks, the U.S. says that it's going better than expected. There's still a number of questions, including the long-term plan for peace, as well as whether Hamas will disarm and who will govern the territory after the war. Vice President J.D. Vance also visited Israel this week and acknowledged that there are big hurdles ahead in the negotiations.
European Union leaders are meeting in Brussels, Belgium today for a summit. The leaders will discuss a wide range of topics, including the war in Ukraine. Ceasefire talks with Russia seem to be on hold for the time being after President Donald Trump announced he would not be meeting with Vladimir Putin. European leaders have accused Putin of stalling for time with diplomacy while trying to gain ground on the battlefield. The EU nations are moving ahead with plans to use billions of dollars in frozen Russian assets to help fund Ukraine's war efforts.
The U.S. military struck another suspected drug vessel in the eastern Pacific Ocean, killing 2 men on Tuesday. That's according to Defense Secretary Pete Hegseth. It was the first known U.S. military operation in the Pacific since President Trump kicked off a new offensive against the drug trade. Hours later, Hegseth also confirmed that the military struck another vessel on Wednesday, killing 3 men. The strikes came on top of at least 7 others in the Caribbean in a campaign that has raised U.S. tensions with Venezuela and Colombia.
Demolition on the east wing of the White House continues to make way for the new ballroom. Construction crews and heavy equipment have been seen on the grounds this week, tearing down the east wing facade. It marks a significant expansion of the ballroom construction project. A White House official now says that the entirety of the east wing will eventually be modernized and rebuilt, while acknowledging the process is fluid. The National Trust for Historic Preservation warned administration officials in a letter that the planned ballroom will overwhelm the White House itself.
Early voting for the November state constitutional amendment election started on Monday, and turnout has been pretty low. Here in Nueces County, 602 people voted early on Tuesday, and since early voting began, 1,200 early ballots have been cast so far. That's 0.61% of registered voters. These numbers only count in-person votes and not mail-in ballots. Early voting ends on Friday, October 31st. Election Day is Tuesday, November 4th.
The Corpus Christi International Airport is hosting a collection drive for its federal employees that have been affected by the government shutdown. 45 TSA officers and 60 FAA employees at CCIA have not been paid in several weeks. Crews are asking for donations of essential items, including food and pet supplies, to help those employees out. And if you would like to help out, there is a collection table set up at the second floor of the airport terminal, and the table will be set up until October 31st. It's open 24/7.